Hello, stamping friends. I'm just a couple minutes late, but I'm here. So welcome to day 4 of my annual catalog kickoff celebration. Yay! I'm so excited. So this is day 4, and this is the last day for my kickoff catalog celebration. And I'm so glad that you're here. So welcome. And today we're going to use the stamp set Sweet and Precious. So that's the stamp set we're going to use. And I better lay it over here so it'll be there when I need it, right? Okay. Well, if you're new here, I'm Terry Hartley, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Good afternoon, Bonnie. Yay, I'm glad that you caught me live too. I hope you're doing well. So I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Iowa. And so as you jump on, say hi and let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching the replay, don't forget to leave a comment. And when you leave a comment today, whether it's you're watching the replay or live, you'll be in a random drawing for a prize. I'm going to give prizes today for day 1, 2, and 3 for everyone who left comments. And then for today's, I'll do a random drawing and I'll share the winner on my regular live next Tuesday at 1 p.m. So today, as I have all week, I am running my annual catalog kickoff celebration as a card class. So what that means is that everyone can watch. But if you would like a card kit sent to you free with the 4 cards, so the make and takes for 4 cards that I have shared this week, then and I'll do the prepping, I'll cut the card stock, die cut. If any of the cards have ribbon, and I think at least 1 and maybe 2, then I'll send that piece of ribbon to you so you can add that to your card. Written tutorials, then place an order with me through Sunday. And the link is in the description down below if you're watching this on YouTube, where it says show more. And if you're watching on Facebook, then up above the video. Hi, Maria. Good to see you. Hope the weather is good in New York today. So, but before we turn the camera down and start stamping, as I mentioned, I want to give away prizes from day 1, 2, and 3. So congratulations on day 1, Maria, and you're watching right now. So congratulations. I have your address and you have won the pebbled enameled shapes embellishments. So congratulations. The winner for Tuesday's random drawing for day 2 is Vay S. And Vay, I know I should have your address, and I probably did at some point, but I don't know where it's at because I did look for it. So Vay, if you will let me know, message me or email me with your address so I can send this Pearl Basic Jewels to you. You're welcome, Maria. And then the winner for yesterday, Wednesday, day 3 of the random drawing was Judy Newquist. And Judy, you have won a package of Gems Pastel Pearls. And then the prize, I'm not going to tell you which embossing folder, but the prize for today will be an embossing folder. So, and again, I'll announce that on Tuesday. That gives you time for those of you watching the replay to leave comments and everything. All right. So I think it is time that we can turn the camera down and we can get started with this party, right? Okay. So today we're going to look at some pages in the catalog because it is an annual catalog party. So we need to be looking at this beautiful catalog. I'm going to do some stamping. I'm going to make a card, and then I have 3 other cards to share with you from the stamp set, Sweet and Precious. So in our annual catalog, on page 3, right at the beginning, you have a table of contents that shows you that we have all occasion and what pages they're on: hobbies and recreation, love, thanks, and support, artistic expression, and then where accessories are. And then there is an index in the back. So we have an index in alphabetical order of all the stamp sets. And then right before that, we also have an accessories index where it helps you quickly find adhesives or ink or embossing or whatever, punches, whatever that you need. So in case you're not familiar with that, I just wanted to let you know. And if you've noticed, when you hold your catalog, there are colored, there's like blue, green, yellow, brown, and red. So like, what does that mean? Well, those cards and everything and the products in that one color goes together. So the red is all occasion. And I was looking to see, so it doesn't, I thought maybe they might have the colors in here, but it doesn't. But you know that all the red are all occasion. And if you go to the brown at the top, it says love, thanks, and support. The yellow are hobbies and recreation, so you'll find those kind of stamps. And then the green is artistic expression. And the blue is accessories and more. So that's kind of, hi, Judy, you're welcome. So that kind of gives you, a place to look. And then on page 83 is the stamp set that we're going to use today. Sweet and Precious. And here it is. And I just love these animal images. And I also love the sentiments. Bring on the cuddles. I'm always here for you. Appreciating all you do. And I believe in you. So today we're going to case. Case means copy and share everything. So on page 82, you'll see this card right here. Well, this is the card that inspired me for today's card. Now, I'm going to change it a little bit. I'm not going to add these leaves. I'm not using this particular die cut that it shows, but I have changed it a little bit, but I use this for my inspiration. And that is something, so don't think of this catalog just as products that you can purchase, but also as card inspiration, because look at all the beautiful cards, and you can copy those, or you can change it a little bit. I also want you to notice that it shows you some designer series paper here in the corner and an embossing folder. And then see that little, like a little tack. It's a little tip. It says, have fun with our designer series paper. Tear the edges, distress it, or die cut it for unique accents. And here they have torn this designer series paper right here and kind of distressed it. So again, there's lots of cards in our catalog, and you can use those for ideas. And then towards the back, any of the stamp sets that have a punch or a die, in the back of the catalog, this is on page 147, they give you another idea of a card. So here are all the stamp sets that have dies. So happy birthday. So again, it gives you more inspiration. And then I wanted to share some stamp sets with you that I haven't used today, but some of my favorite stamp sets in the catalog. I actually have more, but I went ahead and just picked out 4. So one of those is textured flora. I know we have lots of flower stamp sets, which I love. I love flowers. So this is on page 65 in our catalog. It's right down here, and it comes with dies, so you can buy it with the dies, or you can buy just the stamp set, and they give you some examples and another tip. And then another stamp set that I like that you'll find on 117, and it also includes the angel policy, which is if you're going to sell cards, you need to stamp your projects that includes a copyright Stampin' Up, which is right here. And this is stamped with love. But I love this little mailbox, the envelopes, the pen. I like you, love you always. So this is one of my favorite stamp sets from this new catalog. And then maybe, oh, one of my really top favorites is Little Monkeys. And Little Monkeys is on page 52. And I just think those monkeys just make me smile. I just think they're so cute. And then my last stamp set that I'm going to share today is on page 71, and it's part of a suite. Is Earth and Elegance. And this is just, it's just kind of a different stamp set, I think. And I like the thank you. You are proof there is good in the world with gratitude. Your thoughtfulness is much appreciated. You always know just what to say and do. And then I wanted to show you the designer series paper that goes along with this. And it has copper clay, moody mauve, pretty peacock, misty moonlight, pecan pie, and pebbled path. And again, you will get 2 of each of these 6 sheets, and they are 2-sided. So I'm going to show you this side first. Has so a lot of neutrals. I think this is really pretty. And then I'm just going to flip them over. This has like most of the colors that's in there. Isn't this pretty? With all the blues. So this is the Earthen Texture Designer Series paper. I love this, Misty Moonlight. And it's called, let's see, the Designer Series paper is called Earthen Elegance, which is very elegant. Okay, well, let's put this away. And before we start stamping, just really quick, I want to share with you, invite you to join 3 other demonstrators and myself for our next online global retreat, which will be July 21st and 22nd. If you're not able to join us live, everything is recorded, so you have lifetime access to everything. But there is live demonstrations both days. There's a retreat box to go, which includes a goodie bag and product, 8 make and takes, pillow gifts, and more. So I've teamed up with a demonstrator from Australia, Canada, and United Kingdom. And right now we're having early bird registration, which is $65 here in the United States. And of course, you have to live in the United States for me to be able to send you. But if you live in one of the other countries, you can also fill out my registration and I'll just pass that on to them. And there is a link in the description where you can click and read all about the retreat. All right, we are ready to begin. I am going to show you the card today. And then, like I said, I have 3 other cards to share with you at the end. So today's card, and again, it's similar, but not exactly like the one in the catalog that I showed you, but that was the one that I used for my inspiration today. So this is what we're going to make today. I believe in you. And let's go ahead and get started. We're going to use 3 inks today. We're going to use Lost Lagoon, Berry Burst, and Pretty Peacock. And we're going to be using Deckled Rectangles dies. So we're going to be using, well, I'm trying 2 different ones today from this set. And if you decide that you want me to send you the card kit, then it'll come like this, and you'll have your card base and everything that you need is inside, all of the pieces. So we'll just take those out. We'll lay that over there. The first thing we're going to do is go ahead and fold our card base. And this card base is Lost Lagoon, and it is 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And then I'm going to bring in this little leaf stamp from Sweet and Precious and bring in Lost Lagoon. And we are just going to randomly stamp leaves all the way around on the front of our card base. So you can just do this randomly. Now, I don't have to do it exactly in the middle because we are going to be adding some layers. And you can turn your leaves a little bit. So this is called Tone on Tone. So I'm using Lost Lagoon ink on Lost Lagoon cardstock. You know, I wasn't sure that I was going to like this color, Lost Lagoon, but I have found that I'm falling in love with it the more that I use it. Do any of you have a favorite color? It's hard to come up with a favorite because there's so many beautiful colors in our catalog. Okay, so I'm going to lay this aside and I'm going to bring in, well, actually, I'm going to go ahead and bring in this is our inside layer, and this is 5 1/4 by 4. And we're going to go ahead and add this inside. You can always stamp inside layer. You can always stamp a greeting inside your card too. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I just leave it to write a message. All right, so I am going to cut some vellum, and I have a piece of vellum right here. Here's a piece of vellum, and I want to give you a little tip about this. So I'm going to bring in my mini cut and emboss machine and grab my plates. I actually have this layer already cut, but I wanted to just put a little tip. When I use vellum, and here is the deckled rectangle die we're going to use. When I use vellum, I kind of like to, it's kind of a little bit thinner. I like to protect it with a piece of copy paper. So Maria, you like Bubble Bath and Lemon Lolly. Yes, those not only are the names great, but those are beautiful colors too. I definitely agree. That lemon lolly is just gorgeous. So again, I have the vellum, and then I have the die cut, and you want the die cut, of course, with the smooth edge up towards you. And then I like the tip is to put a piece of copy paper. It just kind of protects. Just protects your vellum. Because you can see how, with this copy paper, how it made an imprint. So this way, your vellum looks great and ready to use. And then I'm going to bring in a piece of basic white. So I've already die cut this, but you would want to use about 3.5 by 4.5 piece of a scrap of basic white, and then use your die cut to cut this out. And let's see, this is the fourth from the largest. And this is a size that same size for the vellum and the same size for the basic white. And I'm going to do some stamping on this. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in Lost Lagoon, and we're going to bring in the image. We're going to use this little image here, although I've made a card with another image that I'll share with you later. And because this is a larger block, I'm going to go ahead and just bring the ink to it. You don't have to. You can also pick it up, but it's just, kind of larger. Now, another tip for this card, I want to leave room down here for the sentiment. So I'm going to place my image a little bit higher on my card layer. And then I'm just going to apply some even pressure and then straight up. And there we go. And then let's go ahead and bring in our sentiment. And I'm going to use I Believe in You. And I'm going to stamp this in Berry Burst. So I'm going to bring in I Believe in You. I think maybe on my sample, I stamped the image in Pretty Peacock, but this card, I guess we're going to make in Lost Lagoon because that's what I stamped, right? But that's okay. I don't like that. We're going to turn that over. Let's try that again. I'm going to stamp to the left because I'm going to make this a banner. Clean my stamp. So I'm going to come in with my snips, and you don't have to do this, but I'm on this card, I'm just going to right in the middle, cut up. And this is just a quick way to make a little banner. All right. Now I'm going to bring in a piece of Pretty Peacock cardstock, and I die cut this one, the third from the largest, so it's a little bit larger than the Vellum and the basic white. And you need about a 4x6 piece of Pretty Peacock cardstock. And so now we're ready to put our card together, and we're going to start with our Vellum. But before we do that, let's go ahead and layer these two together. So we're going to layer our stamped image on our Pretty Peacock. Okay, and now I'm going to lay this Vellum, and I'm going to bring my Vellum down just a little bit, and then I'm going to bring this image here up like that. So I'm going to add glue dots right here on the right-hand side underneath, because I know that it won't show, because we're going to cover that up with our layer. So I am just going to turn that over. And we'll add some. Another with my take your pick tool. Okay. And then we will turn this around, and we'll just bring it about right there. I think I have a glue dot on my finger, but that's okay. And then this will cover it up. So see, we won't even see those glue dots. And you just get a little bit of transparency from the Vellum. So I'm going to adhere this. I'm not popping up this layer, but you most certainly could if you wanted to with dimensionals. And then I'm just going to place that right here. And then I'm going to pop up the sentiment. Bring in dimensionals. Good thing we have two sides of cardstock, right? You make a mistake, you can just turn it over and use the other side. And then I'm going to place this about right there. We're going to bring in some of our in color dots because that's what we've been using. And if you place a $50 order in my online store by Sunday, not only will I send you the make and take kits for all 4 cards, but I also will send you a package of the in color dots. Okay, let's see. I think what I'm going to use, this is really Moody Mauve, but I think it looks really good with the Berry Burst ink that we used. So we'll add some gems. And don't forget, I have some other cards to show you. Okay, what do you think? You like the card? I believe in you. So no, we didn't use Pretty Peacock because I was going to stamp this image in Pretty Peacock, but I didn't, did I? You have that. But I think it looks okay because it does go with the Lost Lagoon. So this is the card that we made. This is the card that I shared, and this is stamped in Pretty Peacock on this card. The only thing is I did not make the sentiment in a banner where I did on this card. So thanks, Bonnie. I'm glad you like the card. Thanks, Maria. Now let's look at the other 3 cards. Now, this is the first card that I made, but I just felt like something was kind of missing from it. And so what I did is that I added that extra layer of Pretty Peacock. So this kind of went from simple, and then I kind of stepped it up a little bit by adding the Pretty Peacock layer underneath. And then I wanted to make another card. And this card, I used Blueberry Bushel for my card base and stamped the leaves in Blueberry Bushel. And then I used Pecan Pie, and I stamped the image in Pecan Pie, and the sentiment is in Garden Green. And then I have one more card to share with you. And I used a different image. I had to use that giraffe because that giraffe is so cute. And in the catalog, they use the giraffe and they stamp this sentiment and then they cut it apart. And I did that too. So on this card, I use the Bubble Bath cardstock and stamp the leaves in Bubble Bath ink. And then I use Melon Mambo for the layer. And then the sentiment is in Lemon Lime Twist. So here are my cards for today. You can tell I just had a lot of fun, making those. And before I turn the camera back up, yes, Maria, this stamp set is really adorable. And any stamp set with animals, like the little monkeys and this stamp set, I really, really like. So let me share all 4 cards. So if you decide that you would like the make and take, on the first day, we made this card here that unfolds, that you just untie it. This was a fancy fun fold. So this should, and then it just goes down. I think I went ahead and put some glue dots there to hold that together. So let me take those apart. There we go. So a very big thank you. And it stands up like this. And one day this week, we made a gift card holder, and we decided to make a birthday card. You can make any card. And then an all occasion hello. And then today, I believe in you. So if you would like the, I'll do the prep work. I'll cut all the cardstock, do all the die cutting, embossing, send you all the pieces of ribbon, the envelopes, and the written tutorials for all 4 cards. You just need to place an order with me, $35 order by Sunday, and I'll pay for the shipping also on me. So again, those are the 4 cards that we made during our kickoff celebration. So thanks for being here today. And again, remember, if you would like those 4 cards free, then place a $35 order with me. You won't get the 4 cards. You'll get the make and take to make those 4 cards. And you can use any stamp set. But if you like one of the stamp sets that I shared this week, you could add that to your order most definitely. And then if you place a $50 order, I will send all that to you, plus a package of the in-color dots. Thanks, Maria. I'm glad that you like the cards. And Judy said, interesting how using the same color ink looks on a card. You've not tried that yet. Yes, we call that tone on tone, and using the same color of ink on the same color of cardstock. So it is a fun way to do that. If you're watching on YouTube, I'd really appreciate it if you gave me a thumbs up. And don't forget to leave a comment if you're watching the replay, for a random drawing. And if you have left a comment on the live, you're already entered into the random drawing. And I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. I appreciate that. And if you're following me on Facebook, give me a like, and remember to leave a comment on Facebook as well to be entered into the random drawing for today's giveaway. And it will be embossing folders, and I will announce the winner next Tuesday on my regular live at 1 p.m. Central. I'm Terry Hartley. I have a wonderful day. I'll be back on Tuesday at 1 p.m. Central. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. And bye for now. Take care.